Beeps, no light, shut down. We'll read the errors from this PS5 and also do some drilling and soldering. Hey, you're on a Fort or Fix channel. I repair graphics cards, gaming consoles and other stuff too. Reading the error log from PS5 has just become much easier, and I'll show you how in a moment. But first, I've noticed there's a liquid damage near the Wi-Fi module. So let's quickly fix it, and then we'll get to reading the error log. This is how that area should look, just a clean trace. Okay, now let's read the error log and try to figure out what's wrong. I'll use a CH341 dongle. Some of you might not know, but it has two modes. One is used to flash 24 and 25 series ICs. And the second one is UART interface, which may be used to read the error log from PS5. But you have to be careful with this one. Older revisions have a 5V logic level, while the PS5 requires 3.3 volts. That's why it may need volt mod to work properly with PS5. I have a dedicated video on that. I'll leave a link in the description below. But if you have a fixed version or another interface, then you're good to go. This PS5 has an EDM010 motherboard. Here's how the UART interface should be connected. Keep in mind that the TX pin on the UART dongle should be connected to the RX pin on the PS5, and vice versa. The ground pin can be connected to any ground point on the board. Alright, we've soldered the dongle. Let's connect the board to 12 volts and leave it in standby mode without turning the console on. To read the error log, we need a software tool and also an error code database. This is what I was talking about when I said reading the error log from PS5 just became much easier. I've made an online tool for that. I'll leave a link in the description below. You don't even need to download anything to your computer or search for error code descriptions. Just open the website in your browser and that's it. By the way, it also has UART pinouts for every PS5 motherboard. So now let's connect to our UART dongle. If we read the errors now, we might get some old and irrelevant records. So first, let's clear the error log. Now let's try to power on the console. After a few seconds, we'll try to read the error log again. Now we can see the list of errors from the previous power on attempt. The first one is a general power failure error, which you'll see in pretty much every power failure case. What we are really interested in is the next one. It looks like we have a problem with the Wi-Fi module. Just in case, I prepared a donor board. Let's disassemble the console and prepare to desolder the Wi-Fi module. Or should we? It seems we have liquid damage right on the opposite side. By the way, covering the APU is a good idea. It will protect the liquid metal from any unwanted dust and particles. I wasn't able to remove the residues with PCB cleaner or IPA, so I ended up scraping them off manually. There was a bubble which I decided to drill to make sure there was no additional damage underneath. This is how that part of the board should look. So we missed two filter capacitors. Their value is 10 microfarads. Let's prepare new places and solder them down. Okay, we've soldered down the caps. Let's check if it helped. At least we have a light now. And yes, we've got a picture. I also checked the Wi-Fi connection and it works as expected. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering what exactly I used to insulate the PCB after drilling, you should definitely check my recent video on solder masks.